Hi guys, it's Elliot here with my third YouTube video. Haven't released a video in the last week, so I thought I would record a short play and explain on ACR. Like I mentioned in my last video, I haven't been playing too much online poker, but I have signed up to ACR recently and the rate back's pretty good, so I thought I'd put in some hands. So yeah, I'm pretty rusty, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, let's get into it. I played a few hands earlier today, and it's so funny how differently online poker plays to live poker. Live poker is definitely softer, even in these pools here. So this is just 50 Blitz on ACR, so it's the equivalent of 50 Zoom on Stars. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Pool seems okay. There are lots of regs in here, lots of Russians and Americans. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Hopefully we get a few interesting spots as well today that we can talk through. And yeah. So King 10 suited here versus under the gun open. I think we can 3-bet. I imagine we can probably flat this as well, but if we do flat, it will be on the button. But I think this hand just performs a bit better as a 3-bet. And this guy's from the US as well, which is pretty funny. So all of the players who are tagged in red are the regs / better players, and the greens are the weaker players. And funnily enough, most of the red players are either from Russia or from Europe somewhere, and then the green players are, yep, you guessed it. Well, this guy's from Greece, but most of them are actually American. On the left hand side here, ace 4 off, we won't be opening. Ace 5 off would be the only offsuit combo, ace-x combo that would raise from cutoff. And Jackson suited here. I think this is a fold, but I imagine we can 3-bet this some of the times. But this time I'll just fold. That Jackson suited, I imagine you can even call at some frequency as well. I have got a randomizer open on another screen, which I might use. We'll see how we go, but I think I'm just going to try and use the reads on the plays really, and go from there. King 7 off here, I think is a fold against button open, especially 2.7, slightly larger size. I guess the beauty of things like Blitz and Zoom and like online poker is that you can just do so much more volume than you can playing live. So that is really nice. 5C, obviously blind on blind is pure open. And yeah, 3x or 3 big blinds are default size in the small blind. King 10 off, I think it's the bottom of the offsuit King X we open the middle position. Jackson off is a fold. I think we start to open this from middle position. And again, these like marginal opens will often just look in the blinds and see how soft or tough the table is. As opposed to just rolling for frequencies. So pretty interesting spot here, multi-way. So button calls, small blind calls. We hit top pair here, monotone board, but multi-way we are always going to be doing lots of checking. And even on these monotone boards, we're often betting small or checking anyway. Queen 3 suited versus the 3x, I think we'll just fold. So it checks through. Again, I don't see much benefit to betting here on the left outside of a little bit of protection. But I think, yeah, we're already going to be way ahead or way behind, but we've got lots of straight up value here anyway, so I think that's fine. Now I think we do have the best hand most of the time. We'll check again, and I think we'll call most normal sized bets. We'll see what this pocket bandit guy is up to from Australia. I'm trying to think whether we do want to bet this or not. If we do bet, we're going to be betting small. Queen 8 suited will open half the time. We'll fold it this time. Yeah, I think I do like block. Obviously folding to a raise, but I think we can get value from some worse hands here, seeing as it has checked through the whole way. Ace king off, pure 3-bet. ACR recently added this feature in the top right hand corner, so where you see how much you've won, how many hands you've won and played, etc, etc. Must say I'm not a big fan of it. I don't really like focusing on how much money I'm making, especially online, where I use it more for training as opposed to really like a money making exercise. That could change in the future, but for now, this is why, yeah, you know, I play online and sometimes, and also play in these slightly smaller stakes. Pocket threes, we don't do much calling in the small blind. I think it's just a clear fold. 7-5 suited versus 2.2x. We can open. Call even. And against what looks like 40% here, I think we can just get away from this one quite easily. Ace king off versus ace queen off versus 3x here. I think we'll raise again. We'll add on half big blind as well for a slightly bigger size. I think when he bets bigger, we are more incentivized to 3-bet. So king high board is generally going to be really good for us. Blocking lots of his strongest king X is nice here too. So we'll start with a small bet. $20 calls, obviously it's a really nice turn for us. We've hit our straight. Here, you know, we obviously want to focus on getting stacks in by the river. There's still lots we can get called by, so I think this sizing is quite nice. 10s here versus small blind. This guy's pretty aggressive, but I think we'll call this one. This guy's got 10% 3-bet, so he's a little bit looser than these guys with like 7-8% 3-bet, so I'm a bit more comfortable calling that here. Versus half pot, I think this is just a clear call. And especially with the 10 of clubs, prefer calling here, plus we've got our gut shot. Ace, queen off. This is the hand that we do use as a 4-bet bluff flop, but in position I don't just mind calling this one. Yeah, this card should slow him down quite a bit, I think, because the flush comes in. On the left versus half pot will start with a call. And on the right versus size, I think it's pretty easy call. When he bets big again, having the queen of hearts, it actually isn't great because his bluffs here will be hands like king, queen of hearts, things like that. But we do have top pair. I think we still have to call one. When he jams here, I think we can fold quite easily. King 5 suited is going to be the bottom of our king X range. Suited king X range shall be open in front of the gun. On the left now, this is a bit of a spot. He hasn't jammed. So I guess he's just repping jacks, ace king. We do block some ace king. I think we actually just fold this one. Not sure what we beat. Oh, cool. Or not, we'll fold. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's just when population is generally under bluffing, when people go barrel, 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 it's just often so value heavy. I think I actually talked myself into calling there, but I think I'm happy with the fold. I mean, ace queen is like literally top of our range there. We can have ace jack too. I don't think we have much ace king, because that would 4-bet pre. Yeah, interesting spot. I'll take a look at it afterwards. Jack high board here. I think our hand definitely wants to bet. We could probably size up a little bit as well. Get value from his Jack X, flush draws, etc. Nice turn. For the same reason, I think we can actually probably do some over betting here. And charges draws. I think that's fine. On the left, so this would be check or big bet, I believe. Jack of diamonds makes you want to bet, but we'll check this one back. And versus a small bet here. I think I'd fold. These spots where we check back on the flop, I need to really look into them more, because if I'm just folding to any two when I check back the flop and they probe turn, I think that's a bit of a disaster. Ace Queen 4. So I think we can generally over bet or check these boards. Just for simplification, I'm just going to start small. Again, this hand probably does make a pretty nice check back without the spades. Now, we do have some showdown value, I think, against his sort of like low flush draws. Here we will overbet or check, and I think overbetting this one might be overdoing it, so we'll check this one back. And against half pot, I think we can just fold. Jack 8 suited, I think we call pure, maybe 3 bets on frequency. Jack 8 suited, obviously we're not doing much on this board, although this board does hit us more than it hits him. I believe that we can sort of polarize our range a bit on these boards, but I think we like one big bet just to get some folds. And then I think pretty much just shutting down if he does call this bet. On the right, we're going to squeeze. So I think the 5 does hit us more than it hits him still. So I think we can still check this one back. And then I imagine we'll be bluffing it on brick rivers. Nice river. Lucky. Here now I think we can bet for value. Probably bet small to try and get value from ace highs. And I think here, would we call a raise? He calls. And we get the call from ace 4. Nice. I might have completely butchered that hand, but I can check it out afterwards. 10-9 suited will open from the button. And 9-10 suited will call versus small blind raise. Nice flop. I'm not sure our trips want to do too much raising here. He can still have like ace 9 and some stronger 9x in his range, but I think we can start with a call. Do you ever want to jam this hand? I think the only rivers we're worried about are diamonds, but I think we're calling all rivers anyway. Pretty clean run out. He checks. I think we only have one size here, and it's all in. What bluffs we're going to have here? I guess like low diamonds will be our main bluffs. But yeah, we're polarizing our range massively here. Hopefully we get the call. I guess aces, kings, queens, jacks, tens, all in a pretty tough spot here. And he folds. King, queen off will open. Guys open to 3 big blinds, which is a bit of more of an unorthodox sizing. But king, queen off raises pure. 3 bets pure. Hit trips again. I think on these boards we can actually size up a little bit. The queen high boards. We'll start with just a range bet, but I think we can size up on the flop as well. He raises massive. I guess we want to trap this one. Nice turn. We're not getting away from this. He checks, so now I think we can jam. Is it too thin? I mean, what do we get called by here? Queen jack, maybe, not sure. Yeah, interesting raise on the flop. One annoying thing with ACR is that you do get a little bit of this where these guys time out. It even happens to me sometimes. Like I was trying to record a video earlier and then my table started to flash and stuff. It was pretty weird. Oops. Ace jack off. Maybe we can 3-bet at a low frequency, but I think the highest frequency option here is cool. Out of position, we'll start with the check here. Versus small, we can pull one. So when he checks back now, I think we probably want to start betting for value, though he can have some better ace-x. But we can probably just bet small here in terms of trying to make sure we do get called by worse. When he when he calls, again, I don't mind just blocking again. And I'll probably call a raise if he does raise. He overbets here, which is pretty interesting. I don't think we can fold ace jack yet. Although I guess his bluff's going to be hands like jack 10, which we do block, king jack. But I think the hand itself is just too strong to fold. And I think we win when he snap checks. King 7 suited. I think that's overdoing it. I think he's going to have much better bluffs there. Ace queen off, I think, is one of our main 3-bets, 4-bet bluffs even. And against this play, I like it. He does seem pretty aggro. Yeah. On the right here, we'll start with a range bet with hearts. I like betting here. When we get raised, Maybe this is a call some of the times, but I'm just going to fold. This player hasn't check raised once in almost 400 hands. So I think we can fold this one. And on the left, we'll start with a quarter. We get the call. We do block a lot of his strongest King X, which is a good thing. Block queens as well, which might be a hand that folds. Then on the heart now, I don't think we want to keep on barreling this hand because I think we have some showdown value, but not much, as in a 4-bet pot. The range is super condensed, but we'll check this one back. On the left here, I think we'll start with a check. I think it's sport that he should be betting a lot. It's better for him than it is us. And with the 9 kicker, I don't mind checking. It's going to be very tough to get 3 streets of value with this hand. Yeah, versus the small size, this is what I don't like too much. Now we'll just block here. I think we'll just fold on the left and on the right. I think we'll just check back again. Then if he checks here, we'll bet. Probably trying to get value from like some kind of Queen X, I think. And if he bets, I think it's a pretty clear call. King, Queen. 8, 9, okay. So I think, so with hands like that, so if we were to bet, he just folds out his worst hands. And because we checked down there, we managed to get a bit of value from his bluffs. On the left, we'll start with a check out of position. When he checks back, I think we have too much showdown value to want to start bluffing this. Probably start betting some single club combos, some offsuit club hands, and yeah, we'll check again. I imagine here they're often pretty like pocket pair heavy. Against the big bet here, we can just fold. So 6-4 deuce, good board for in position here. We don't want to do too much betting. I think we're pretty much just checking range here. Again, the 6, we don't have that much 6x in our range. I think we'll just check back again and just try and get showdown with this hand. I don't think it makes sense to start betting, and I think it's an easy fold. $10-8 off is a hand, the bottom of our 10x range out the small blind. God, yeah, even playing online, I feel super rusty in some of the decision making. Often trying to think about the why behind certain hands is very important in online poker, whereas I think playing live, it's just a case of trying to get your money in with good hands against recreational players. 8-5-3. So again, I think we have a mixture of checks and larger bets here. With ace-jack of spades, I like checking. I don't really think we want to get check raised with this hand. Now we get a nice turn, and now with versus overbet, we have a really nice call, easy call. And we still do beat a lot of his bluffs. And yeah, now it's just a pretty easy fold. I mean, this would be a pure bluff catch. Yeah, fold. King 9 suited will call, probably can 3-bet some of the time too. I think clubs, King 9 clubs will just make a much nicer call. I don't think we want to start peeling the backdoor flush draws, especially against a larger size. King 9 off, pure open from the small blind. As is King Queen. King 6 suited, we open. 10-4-5, I think we'll start with a range bet. Now here, I think we either want to do checking or 3/4. And with this hand, I prefer checking. I think we have better bluff candidates. Queen 4-10, I'll start with a half pot bet. Yeah, versus this size. Again, I think it's a cool fold even. We got ace highs we can call, straight draws, flush draws. Don't need to call this one. Pocket 3 to call pure. For those of you who watch the Jackman Play and Explain videos, you'll know how well he can describe his thought process. And yeah, certainly one of the aspirations of mine to be able to discuss and analyze poker as deeply as you know these top level online players do. King Queen off, we open. Another one of our weaker American friends. We'll probably play about 200 hands, so 50 or so more hands, 40 or so more hands, and then wrap the video up. Yeah, hopefully we can get a few more interesting spots. Um, 9-10-3, so this is a multi-way spot, so we do need to be a bit more careful. Ace 9 off on the left, we open half the time. I think on this table I'll just fold it. Against two fish, part of me actually just wants to start putting some money in here. But against stronger players, I would just check range here. 9, so he's going to have some 9x, although he did just snap check the snap call, which makes me feel like he doesn't have too much 9x. So now we're just betting against his draws, his 10x, which I don't think will fold for a large size. Now the question is, do we want to jam? Is it too thin? I think we just want to make sure we get called by that 10x. So we'll go for another normal size bet, 3/4. And he folds. Imagine you have like Queen Jack there. Open both these hands from the button pure. And yeah, like guys, if you see me make like any sort of like massive mistakes or want to discuss any hands, feel free to comment in the comment section. I'm always trying to improve my game. Admittedly, I am a little bit rusty this morning, which is expected. But yeah, feel free to let me know your thoughts. Ace Deuce, I don't think we raise small blind versus button. I think we start with Ace 3 suited. Yeah, I think Ace Deuce suited is a fold. Pure call on the left versus recreational, on the right versus recreational player. Not much that we're going to do on this board. 9-4 suited is a fold on the left. On the right, the question is, do we want to start bluffing this hand? I think exploitatively, I might just bet big to make him fold. I think it is a nice exploit, but we don't know how sticky these recreational plays are going to be. In fact, with this hand, I'm just going to probably check, give up. Yeah. I'm not sure bluffing it makes too much sense against these player types. Queen 3, pretty dry board. Hand needs a little bit of protection, so we'll just start with a small bet. Queen 10 off will open, especially with this recreational player in the big blind. King 9 off we open. And again, we see this guy timing out from Norway. Fold versus the 3 bet on the left. What I'll do is I'll set out on the next big blind on the next 2 tables and start to wrap the video up. But yeah, again, I'm probably going to be posting probably at least one of these monthly. As yet, it just helps me really think about my thought processes, why I'm doing what I'm doing in terms of bet sizes, frequencies, etc., etc. On the left, 6-4 suited is pure open versus big blind. And yeah, when I was in the Ginge Poker Academy, this was a really nice way to test your understanding of different spots, right? So yeah, today I probably wasn't as fluent as I would like to be, but it is a very helpful thing to do. And yeah, while this guy's wrapping up here, yeah, I don't mind ACR, to be fair, guys. It's a pretty good pool. Lots of Americans. I think in the daytime, in UK time, the games are a bit tougher, but certainly later in the evening and in the mornings our time. So again, UK time, GMT. Yeah, the games are super good because they're just full of Americans, essentially. Well, I don't mean to hate on the Americans. I love you guys as well. So it's all love. It's all love. See if we can get into one more spot before the before we end the video. Maybe against Mad Cash here. And he folds. Ace-9 suited is a pure open. I actually opened all of my suited ace-X under the gun. I think they perform quite nicely. So we got a pretty strong hand here, but multi-way, we just need to be super careful. It's not a hand that we're going to be looking to get 3 streets of value with, and if we do get called, it's highly unlikely we're going to have the best hand by the 5th street. So when he bets half pot, I think that we do need to call here. there are still lots of hands that we beat that he could fit into this size. And depending on size, if he bets big here, I think we'll fold. If he bets like half pot again or smaller, I think we probably have to call here. And obviously he could still have King X in his range as well. He checks. So now the question is, what worse can we get called by here? So I guess we're really targeting like 8, 7, 6s, so pocket pairs that he's called in the small blind. I expect that he would have bet his King X. So we'll just bet small and then probably fold to a raise. Probably going to be a very underbluffed spot if he does raise. Great, guys. That's the end of the session. Thank you very much for watching. Looks like we made $34 in this session, so a little bit of money. Might treat the missus to something nice tonight, or perhaps not. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.